Anyone have any questions about this film?
I got a question. First of all, I've done a couple of films myself, so I can appreciate what you've been through. I did like the mixing of the background music. One question, where did you get the background music for that?
Most of the background music actually comes from soundtracks from the Batman films. There is one little bit of Metallica in it.
I figured that.
Yeah, that's the one we got to be touched with.
And my next question was, since you mixed this, have you learned something so that when you shoot your next one, and you will go on to that, I don't know how ridiculous it is, it will make you change the way you shoot the next?
Absolutely. This was always intended to be a learning experience for us. And we learned very quickly that everything we thought we knew about filmmaking or video making was wrong. And much of what we did here is very improved, and will always be. But we did the best that we can, and we think we've got something here that we certainly have a little bit of pride in. I'd like to tell you just a little bit, if you don't mind. Magnum's been doing the talking, but I'll talk a little bit. Magnum's good at talking, but that's all right. That's one of the things we like about it. How's it going, Joe? Didn't see you sneak in. I got involved in this a little while back through the fluke of working in the same place that Magnum does. I was not intending to get involved in it at all, but he told me about this project that he and Adam were involved in making, and asked me if I might like to, participate in some very small way. And the little small way that we came up with was the idea of me playing Detective Harvey Bullock for one scene. And that's the choice of Harvey Bullock is an easy one because of all the characters in the Batman universe, that's the only character I'm shaped like. I don't look very good in spandex. We don't want to go there. So anyway, I thought it would be fun, and for one night, I put on the costume of Detective Harvey Bullock and came out to film one scene. And then they kind of liked what I did. At that time, Matt Shore over here, who is filming this as we speak, Matt was sort of in the lead as far as directing this particular project. Matt has a real problem, though, of geography. He doesn't live here. And it was very difficult for him to participate in this project to the degree that he might have otherwise done. Matt's a more experienced filmmaker than some of the rest of us. And so when he sort of backed away from the project, that was a loss. But his loss in this particular case was they invited me to step in and sort of help with the directing. And then I did my own version of the script. So I started participating in the writing. And as you can see, it wasn't really my intention for my part in this to grow, but it did because we needed somebody to interject information at certain points, somebody who knew what Batman might not know. As we look at this, and obviously please understand that we look at it, and we want you to look at it as what it is. The work of amateur people. This is not and was never intended to be, or never expected to be, a smooth professional production. And we're as aware as you are as we look at it and some of the weaknesses that are evident. But I hope as you look at it, you can also see some strengths. We tried to tell a story, and I think we tell a coherent story, one that you can at least follow and understand. One of the things that we like least about movies is when they're boring. I don't think this movie is boring. So please look at this as what it is. A group of amateurs getting together to make a movie for fun. Cost Magnum a little bit more than perhaps he should have invested in it. But I think the result is something that, taken for what it is, it has always been intended to be. I think it's something we can be proud of. And I hope you all enjoyed it. As we were looking at it, and of course, I've never pretended to be an actor. and the fact that I can look at myself on screen and not throw up is an achievement for me. But even as we look at it, the moment that I enjoy the most as we watch this is the crime alley scene. That is the core to the Batman mythology. And it's the part that I think works best in the film that we have managed to put together. The film scene of the alley as Bruce Wayne, young Cary, watches his own parents die. And to have that scene, and this was an editing choice by Adam Campbell, which I think was a very good one, to have that scene be intercut with the visit of the adult Bruce Wayne to his parents' grave. The fact that this is something which he cannot shake from his personality, the death of his parents so early. I think that part of the movie is the part that works the best. And as we go through there are bits and pieces there which some work better than others, and we know that. I'm kind of fond of the confrontation between Batman and an informant named Spider on the bridge. That simply was something which we walked down to the bridge and discovered we had forgotten to bring the script. And so from memory, I had to feed the lines to the two actors. This is the kind of thing that I imagine, Joe Ripple could tell you more about this by far than we could, but I imagine this is the kind of thing that independent filmmakers have to deal with all the time. Their own limits, their own financial limits, but also just keeping on at it and trying to make it work even in the most difficult circumstances. There are some things here, I think, obviously, we learned a lot about lighting, and the thing we learned most is that we don't know much about lighting. That's something that we need to work on. Screen composition, getting everything just right. But when you try something like this, and you know parts of it won't work, parts of it do. And looking at this, again, we look at it the same way you do. We see its weaknesses. But I think there's some strengths here as well, and some things that I hope that you enjoy as well.
Have fun?
Yes, we did. And that, let me tell you, it is fun, and like most things that you do, it's more fun in retrospect. At the time, it's frustrating. One of the things I heard Joe Ripple talking about earlier today was some of the problems